Hello dear students, welcome to Vision Pharmacy. In our today's video, we are going to see MCQs on General Pharmacology 1. In this video, we are going to see 10 MCQs from General Pharmacology. So, before we start with our today's video, please do like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon for getting updates on upcoming videos. Let's begin students. The first question from General Pharmacology is: Pharmacology is divided into which of the following branches? And the options are A. Pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Option number B, that is pharmacotherapeutics. Option number C, chemotherapy and toxicology. And option number D, that is all of the above. So students, if you are thinking option number A, pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, then remember you are wrong. The correct answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Okay, so pharmacology, you know, is the branch of science which deals with drug, and it is divided in all of these branches. Moving to next question. Question number 2 is: nitroglycerin is administered by dash route or routes, and the options are A. Sublingual, option number B. Transdermal, option number C. Nasal, or option number D. Both A and B, that is sublingual as well as transdermal. So students, right answer for this question is yes. What do you think? The correct answer is option number D, that is both A and B. Moving to the next one. The next question is: local routes include, and the options are A. Topical application on the skin and mucous membrane. Option number B, that is intra-articular. Option number C, that is intrathecal. And option number D, all of the above. So students, correct answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Okay, so tropical local route does not only includes your topical application, however it includes these routes also. Moving to next question. The question is: systemic route includes, and the options are A. Oral, B. Parenteral, C. Transdermal, and D. all of the above. Correct answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Students, remember that systemic route includes oral, sublingual, transdermal, nasal, inhalational, rectal, and other parenteral routes like that of it may be intravenous, intramuscular, intradermal, subcutaneous, etc. Okay, therefore the right answer is option number D, that is all of the above. Moving to the next question. The question is: if pH of the medium is equal to pKa, then, and the options are A. drug is 50% ionized and 50% unionized. Option number B. drug is 100% ionized. Option number D. drug is 100% unionized. And option number D, that is drug is less than 50% ionized and more than 50% unionized. So students, what do you think? The right answer of this question is option number yes, A. Okay, that is if pH of the medium is equal to pKa, and in such situation drug is 50% ionized and 50% unionized. Moving to the next question. The question is: if the pH of the medium is more than pKa, that is medium becomes alkaline, it results in, the option number A is for acidic drug, ionized form increases and non-ionized form decreases, and statement B given is for basic drugs, unionized form increases and ionized form decreases. And now let us see what are the options. Option number A is the above statement A is true and B is false. Statement or option number B states statement number A is false and B is true. Option number C is above statement A and B are true, and option number D states that above statement A and B are false. So students, right answer of this question, yes, you can think. Also, you can pause the video and later resume to find out the correct answer. The correct answer of this question is yes, option number C, that is both the statement A and B are true. Okay, moving to the next one. The next question is, which of the following is not a weak acid? The options given are option number A, barbiturates, option number B, amphetamines, option number C, NSAIDs, and option number D, that is sulfonamides. So students, what do you think? What is the correct answer of this question? The question is, which of the following is not a weak acid? So the correct answer of this question is option number B, that is amphetamines. Remember, barbiturates, NSAIDs, sulfonamides, penicillins, methotrexates, these all are the examples of weak acids, whereas morphine, atropine, then amphetamines, then hyoscines, these are the examples of weak bases. Okay, so the correct answer is option number B, because it is an example of weak base and it's not a weak acid. Moving to the next one. The question is, true statement about bioavailability is R, and the options given are A, it is the fraction of administered drug that reaches the systemic circulation in unchanged form. Option number B, by IV route it is 100%. Statement number C, or option number C, is it is or it can be calculated by comparing the AUC, that is area under plasma concentration curve time or time curve, for IV route and for the particular route, or option number D, all of the above. So students, correct answer for this question is option number D, that is all of the above statement are true about the bioavailability. Moving to the next one. The next question is, important determination of bioavailability are, and the options are A, absorption and first pass metabolism, option number B, absorption and distribution, option number C, first pass metabolism and distribution, and option number D, that is absorption, first pass metabolism as well as distribution. The correct answer of this question is option number A. Okay students, remember that absorption and first pass metabolism are two important determinants of bioavailability. Okay, now moving to the next one. The question is, for being bioequivalent, the difference in the bioavailability of the two preparations should be, the options are option number A, less than 20%, option number B, less than 25%, option number C, less than 30%, or option number D, that is less than 35%. So students, you know that if the difference between two bioavailability, I mean that the difference in the bioavailability of the two preparations that may be same drug or same dose or same dosage form is less than 20%, then they are termed or they can be called as bioequivalent. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number A, that is less than 20%. Okay, so it could be understood that the bioequivalence, that is they are biologically equivalent or equal, and they are going to produce similar plasma concentration, right? So that's all in our today's video. Thank you students for watching this video till end, and also Do not forget to like, share if you have liked the video. Thank you.